What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar. And did you hear the bell? That means it's another beautiful day in the market watch. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it, shall we? So we have none other than Taiki, Kiriha, and Nene for the pre-release stamps of this card, meaning this is the max rarity. The normal rarity is still dirt cheap. It's not that expensive to breaking piggy banks, but if you are looking for the alternate art, well, max raritying your cross heart or blue flare, this card is quite expensive. I wouldn't pick this up for blue flare at max rarity because you instantly take this card out for the new Kiriha and Nene card that comes out in EX2 that makes the deck just phenomenally better. This is just basically here for a filler, and then you just take it out for that. You will not be playing this. So if you're blue flaring up, don't waste your money on it. If you are a cross heart player, this card is with you for the seeable future, and I don't see it going anywhere. For all in all to say, we're looking like $17 to $18. That's just kind of expected here. People have been buying it in the $17 range quite easily. It was at $9 just not too long ago, but as of last week, the beginning of this week, it has changed. Let's see. On the Europe side, though, we are looking like at least €2 to 25 euros. Okay. Just kidding. You know what I mean. €2 to €2.50. So, caps at €10. And the most quantity goes to a €9 seller. So, what are we going to take away from this? Is that it is going to be an expensive card if you plan on max rarity and Crossheart. And as people are probably speculating that Crossheart should probably continue to be one of the strongest decks in the format, even with the restrictions coming in. We don't know if they're going to hit Crossheart a second time. It looks like it kind of phased out, but again, we kind of prove people wrong in certain circumstances. And what do I mean by that is that we play differently than the Europe side. Well, Europe, we play different than JP and Asia territories. We always play differently, so it's something to think about there. Then we do have Gaumon from Dimensional Phase pre-release cards. Surprisingly, this card spiked up. Outside of what I know is this is just getting hype for the eventual Mirage Gaumon support that you're going to be getting. So why are we bringing this up? Is that expect this card not to really come down or hit really a refresh in market that'll be relatively cheap. People have been buying this out for the hype and speculation, especially if they hit Shine Greymon right away and whatever else they hit. This deck can be pulled up once BT13 comes in and expected to be higher. So depending on what they hit. And then we're looking at a €1.50 up to about €3. Okay. That's kind of this price range is not terrible. You're not breaking any banks with this. It's still a lot cheaper than us in buyout status. So that is something to really think about there. Drakmon Dimensional Phase pre-release card. It's dipping down a little bit, but it's on basically buyout. There's only a few copies left. What we're taking away from here is like $8 here, $9 here, and then you're right back to $12, $13 basically across the board, close to 15. So it's not going to take long for this card to be bought out. It's good in Blue Flare, and it's good in your Drakmon deck, aka Xmon deck. The card's just going to be needed for the near future. Then on Europe side, it's dipping down. Actually more expensive than us. Well, they're on par with us, but they have plenty more copies. Looking like €4 to €5 range. Comfortably, actually, more in the €6 range. So about 4 to 6 is where you're going to be probably expecting to pay for this for now. And then once they get bought out from that, you're instantly expecting this to be expensive. Then we have Ignitemon Dimensional Phase pre-release card. This card has skyrocketed. We're in basically buyout territory. There's only so many copies left, and this card is just basically $20 buy-in away to being a $40 card. So, I mean, hey, if you guys have it, and people are willing to pay in the $20 range, by the looks of it, for this card, this is really going to come down to a multitude of factors. And what do I mean by the multitude? I mean, you have to take a watch and watch carefully on how the market will play out. And what do I mean by this? So if you take a look at the purple cups and stuff like that, the purple cups are going to make it so that this card is coveted. Crossheart needs it, you know, Nervamon needs it, my Nervamon needs it. Most purple decks will be playing this at full playsets. The reason for that is because it's really powerful of a card. It helps basically guarantee if you promote this up or had this on field with an Izemon that didn't die, you get to swing in, blow up an Izemon, hopefully trade one of their level 4s with this. Not a bad trade-off, you know what I mean? So after Purple Cup, I expect a little bit of refresh into the market, and then we'll have to see how long that lasts for, you know what I mean? Then in the Europe side, they're on buyout status as well. They have basically 5 euros basically, and then it's gone. So expect that. Then you have Demimera from Release Booster. This card is still climbing. This is just because of Purple Cup, let's be honest. Once Purple Cup is over with, expect this to be flooded on the market again and probably bump down back to when it was a little bit cheaper, back to $6 quite easily. I feel like just once the Purple Cups are over with, which is this weekend, it's done. It's done. This card will definitely dip. On the Europe side, though, they're following the same trend. They're kind of expensive here. They're at least $5 cheaper than us. They're in the, you know, €3 range to about roughly €5 range comfortably. So I feel like we're going to just see that. Then we have Black War Greymon promo. Remember, this card's spiking. Luckily, if you guys are planning on picking this up, it is a good buy-in now. It's not that expensive. I mean, hey, you know, it's a lot cheaper, to be honest with you. I mean, Core definitely unloaded their 24 copies, so they're at $3 a pop. So, man. Then on Europe side, it didn't really have much of a giant fluctuation. Went to $2, but now it's back into the $1-euro range where it should sit. So I don't see any more hype on this for a bit. Then you have Galactimon from Dimensional Phase starting to cool off a little bit more and more each week, which is good to see that it's coming down. And the problem coming down though is that I feel like Galactimon's isn't gonna do much this format. Even in the Ulti Cups, a lot of people have been testing and playing. Galactimon hasn't been really doing anything hot. To be honest with you, it hasn't really topped any major events. Well, in generalization, let's be honest, the Ulti Cups are supposed to be casual fun, but Galactimon is still struggling a bit. I think once it gets the promo, it definitely changes up its life and expectancy. But until then, I feel like this card is just waiting in the wings. Europe side, about 20 euros. Crazy. They're more expensive than us. They're up. They're on an up climb. Crazy went to 30 euros on 3.9 last week. Is that just because of the one top in the top 32? If anybody knows on the Europe side, let me know why that went up that crazily. Then we got Renee. So Dimensional Phase Renee has finally reached that plateau point, and now we're getting to the valley. So hopefully we get back to $38, $39. Definitely depending on how well it does in the next couple Ulti Cups. If it still does not pull off everything it hopes and dreams for, then we're going to have... I'm going to be honest with you, do not expect this deck to do much. And what do I mean by this? Well, Rena still suffers a little bit. The All Force deck still suffers with only being able to bounce one threat off the board, and if you can build up a proper board, your opponent can't do anything against this. You can multi-attack all you heart content, but if the trade-off is not equaling out to damage ratio, you're kind of screwed. With the fact of that, let's be honest, when you have to face against Bloom Hydra, if they have double Hydra out, All Force really can't do anything against that. They'll bounce one of the Hydras, but that's about it. But I mean, the deck is still reliant on Tamers, and by the looks of it, it hasn't done too well in the Ulti Cups, or even in the Trial Ulti Cups. It hasn't been tearing it up. So, I don't know. That's just me putting that out there. Expect this to dip. So, we're looking like low quantities on the Europe side, though. Crazy, only a few listings. But I don't expect this to hold that much value. We'll have to see. Magnamon from New Awakening. Starting to get a little oomph in its step to climb up. Back to the $4 range pretty easily. Outside of that, nothing too out of the ordinary with Magna. I just saw him going up a little bit on the Europe side. You know, €6 to €7 range. Not terrible, I gotta say. Then we have Taiki. Not Taiki. Tai Kamiya V-Tamer. So this card has just skyrocketed out of the blue here. Looking like a $25 card very easily. At one point, it was on a lower count. I think it was down to one page, but over the weekend, it refilled itself and now is quite expensive, to be honest with you. Europe side, though, looking like a hot €10 to €11 card. Even into the 12, it's got plenty of listings there. So I definitely see this card just always going to be good for any All Force deck. And I think this is a little more coveted for now until we get the reprint. All Force Digimon Alternate art. Definitely plateauing down. Going down, 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 down. Good to see it at 84 right now. This I don't trust. I'm going to say it's about 84 going to 85-ish. So expect that. People aren't really buying into it, which is good to see that we're not buying into it crazily. And probably could expect this to drop to $50 because people aren't playing this card. It's a cool card to have for your collection, but there's really no incentive for you to even play this card. Looking like €8, €80, €90. Kind of still an expensive little bugger, but is showing a trend of going down. Then we have Greymon Winter Pack Dimensional Phase. Definitely dipping down, which we want to see. Too bad it wasn't foiled. I would have preferred it foil. Bandai, start making just all your Winter Packs foil. Just call it a day. About $25. So, good to see it coming down. Just wait for it. BT8 promo winner on the Europe side. Looking fresh. They're going down as more are coming in. €10, €12, €8. Okay. That's about it. Then you have Doraemon Alternate Next Adventure. Spiking up. This card is going to be one of those cards you just have to keep on your radar. This is Machine Dramon fanboys, but you also have to realize that BT13 around the corner, that we're going to expect this to climb up. Now, if for any reason the deck kind of just goes kaput, and what I mean by that is if they hit Cool Boy, the deck slows down a lot more. If Cool Boy goes down to 1 to maybe even 0, expect this deck to really be struggling and hurting. What do I mean by that? Well, the deck really relies on that Cool Boy to get that search, to get any piece you need, especially since, you know, a 2-drop Cool Boy in most circumstances can choke your opponent to 1, which guarantees it to push back to your turn. And that's huge. Well, with the fact of that it can't guarantee to do that consistently without the Cool Boy, most of their Tamer drops are now 3, 4s. So that guarantees a lot of memory to your opponent. unless they gave you 3, and then that can change things up. Or they're using Black Men Boost to help search. So that's just something to think about there. Looking like on the Europe market, though, about 30 euros. A lot cheaper than us by at least $10. I can accept that. Okay. So, the card I was going to show you guys kind of just went kaput. Well, we're going to go to War Greymon X Antibody. So, this card is spiking up and is in buyout status. This is the Hype 4 BT12. And I wouldn't have vested it into this until we knew what the ban list had in store. And to be honest with you, with Greymon being on the chopping block, Greymon Tribal is one of the decks to beat for 3 formats in a row. Be on the worry of this. Looking like a spike on the Europe market as well, but not too crazily. They are not in buyout status. Crazy, though, that they are in the $25 range, which is kind of normal for them-ish. It's just been going up slowly. It was at 13 at one point, but just has been climbing steadily since. Calling from Darkness, Next Adventure pre-release cards. Spiking up a little bit. I mean, it is kind of just one of those purple cards you want to have for Purple Cups. Expect this to start refilling back up once Purple Cup is over with, unless people become a diehard purple player. Looking like 15 euros, 21 euros. Not many stock copies for this pre-release card. So, Calling from Darkness, if you're ready. And then Imperial Digimon Fighter Mode, Dragonic Roar. Showing a little bit of up, but to be honest with you, probably a good time to buy your copies because they are in the $15 range. We never know when support comes around the corner, and especially since it is a 3 of requirement secret. If they make a really good support promo or anything like that, expect this to go up. So right now for the $15 range, I think that's pretty good investment wise. So we're looking like 17 euros to 21 euros. They're a little more pricier than us, but just by a little. It wouldn't take long for them to drop to our level easily. Just enough listings. But hey, that's just me. So guys, what did you think of this market watch? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.